Okay, welcome to the bright side, friends. I am Pharmacist Ben, your nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I use nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and sometimes deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your health and vitality and well-being and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to the bright side every day, you are more and more in control of your body. You are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health challenge. That is why we are here every day on the bright side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 33 years of practicing pharmacy, I've seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes, hypertension, obesity, skin diseases like psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, acne, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds. Recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle, but what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure. Because the human biological system is a healing system, it's a regenerating system. It is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while some folks may call that healing, renewing, regenerating system a miracle, it really is just the way the body works. If you have questions about health, nutrition, prescription drugs, if you want to wean yourself off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, we are here for you. We welcome your calls, and we want to be your go-to source for all things health and nutrition. 844-236-6010 is our number, 844-236-6010. If you want to purchase longevity products, call 866-735-2470 or head to brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. You can purchase longevity products. You can sign up to join the Brightside Ben team off the websites as well. brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, criticalhealthnews.com. And don't forget to take a look at our Truth Skin Health products at truthtreatments.com. Truthtreatments.com. Never any preservatives, fragrances, fillers, waxes, emulsifiers, silicone, oil, vegetable oil, water, nothing your skin doesn't need or doesn't want. You shouldn't have to pay for ingredients that aren't doing anything on your skin. 100% active and functional ingredients, healing ingredients, and healing products that you can use on sunburn, your baby's diaper rash, or moisturizing or chapped lips. And of course, they make awesome anti-aging products because vitamin C is your anti-aging rock star. That's what we talked about yesterday, the importance of vitamin C for the body and for the skin. Vitamin C-rich Truth Treatment products are all available at truthtreatments.com, truthtreatments.com. Also a skin health blog and videos, and I also have a Instagram page that you can check out. That's Truth Treatment's Instagram page, or Benjamin Knight Fuchs, our Facebook page. We do Instagram Lives and Facebook Lives on a regular basis. We've covered various subjects, and I'm also, by the way, have a little thing I've been doing for some friends and some other folks called Moment of Truth, or Moments of Truth, and these are little 60-second, 50 or 60-second sound bites with an interesting health topic. If you want to be on our Moment of Truth list, we're putting together an email list and a phone list for text messages. I'm not sure if I'm going to email these or text these, but anyway, if you're interested in being put on our Moment of Truth email list or text list, contact Robin at truthtreatments.com. Robin, R-O-B-I-N, at truthtreatments.com. Tell me you want to be put on the list, and we'll probably have something available for impeachment hearing, general public hearing, maybe in the next couple of weeks or so. All right. Thanks for being here, friends. 844-236-6010 is our number. We have been talking about the skin. We'll be talking about the skin for a while. I love the whole body. As you know, I'm fascinated with the way the body's put together, with cells, with biochemistry, but I have a special love for the skin. I've been studying skin since the early 1980s. We didn't really know a lot about the skin in the early 1980s. I remember 1983, 82, 83, 84. One of my jobs when I was working for Blistex was to go do research at the library, and there wasn't a lot of stuff. The main ingredients that they talked about back in the early 1980s, they did know about the retinoids, that is vitamin A. And vitamin A is ridiculously valuable for anti-aging, for healing the skin, for skin cancer, pre-skin cancer. It's just an amazing. Vitamin A is more from Capitol Hill. A case could be made for it being the most amazing of all the vitamins. And I say that because vitamin A is involved in so many different functions, and vitamin A is such an important life management molecule. It's a summertime molecule. It helps the body grow, it helps the body thrive, it helps the body survive stresses. And vitamin A deficiency is very common. And vitamin A can't be had in plant substances. It's an animal product. Sorry, vegans and vegetarians. I know you can get beta-carotene, but that's not vitamin A. So vitamin A is an animal product, dairy, eggs, meat, that kind of thing, fish. And it's just very, very important for helping the body thrive and survive stresses. Survive stresses and thrive and grow and fight diseases and anti-age. Important for bone health. It's important for the blood vessels. You don't hear about vitamin A for bones very often, but it's critical for bone health. You don't hear about vitamin A for the health of the digestive tract. Critical for the health of the digestive tract. You don't hear about it for the health of the liver or the adrenals. You don't really even hear a lot about vitamin A at all. But make no mistake about it, it's actually not even a vitamin. It's a hormone, and it activates cells. It turns cells on in a much more fundamental fashion than ordinary vitamins. Ordinary vitamins are helpers. And I'm being a little bit that kind of thing. I'm being a little simplistic here. I'm generalizing a little bit, but you can think of ordinary vitamins like vitamin C and the B complex as assistants, helpers. Hormones are no mere assistants. They turn things on. And so they're like switches. And vitamin A is called a vitamin because you have to have it in the diet. You have to eat it. It's not made by the body, but it's a hormone. It is of a family of hormone called the retinoids. You probably heard that term, retinoids. And that as far as skin goes, vitamin A, the active form of vitamin A for the skin, for skin cells, is called retinoic acid. And this development, this understanding of retinoic acid, as it applies to topical products, revolutionized skincare. There's a guy named Albert Kligman who discovered it. He discovered that you could take retinoic acid. He knew that there was retinoic acid involved in how cells grow and how collagen is made. So he just started experimenting, and he came out with a topical form of retinoic acid in the late 50s, early 60s, and it completely revolutionized dermatology. Because now, for the first time, you could deliver retinoic acid, active vitamin A, retinoic acid, active vitamin A, right to the cells through the skin. And he created a product he called it Retin-A. Everybody's heard of Retin-A now, and for good reason, because it's amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. Retinoic acid is arguably the most important topical ingredient you could ever use on the skin for anti-aging. Now, it has several downsides. Because it's a hormone, it's not a vitamin, it's not a helper, it's turning things on. It's a hormone. It turns things on. And if your skin isn't ready to be turned on, you can experience irritation and inflammation. And it's a big mess, and that's why it's a prescription. It's a hormone. It's a vitamin, but it's really a hormone, and so you don't have the cells don't have any leeway. With a vitamin, the cells can say yay or nay if they want to move, if they want to grow, if they want to go into activity. With retinoids, that doesn't happen. Retinoids kick butt, so your skin has to be ready for it. It is a prescription. Now, it turns out that retinoic acid is active vitamin A, but there is just plain old inactive vitamin A, standard vitamin A. I'll say pre-active vitamin A, because this is truly vitamin A. Retinoic acid is active vitamin A. It's a little bit different. The form before retinoic acid is called retinol, and retinol is 100 times weaker than retinoic acid. So it's much milder. See, with retinol, you don't get the activation all the time, so it's not going to instantly give you effects like with retinoic acid. Let me put it another way. It's not going to instantly activate the cell. You'll get effects right away with retinol. Retinol kicks butt too. Now, I knew about retinoic acid I was doing research on it. For being in pharmacy school, I mean, you learn a lot about retinoic acid in pharmacy school, and then I graduated pharmacy school. I started a skincare pharmacy or wound healing pharmacy. So I really got to know the molecule retinoic acid from a pharmacist standpoint really well, and I love it. It's amazing stuff. Now, your skin has to be strong enough to use it. That's true. And that's why you want to make sure you're using essential fatty acids and zinc, and you're staying away from problem foods. You're not pre-activating your immune system. That's another important part, the underappreciated aspect of the skin. The skin is part of the immune system. It has defensive wiring, defensive molecules, defensive biochemistry going on, and there's a huge implication when it comes to taking care of our skin. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll be back on the bright side right after this. on the bright side. I am Pharmacist Ben. Got lines open, 844-236-6010. If you have questions about health challenges you or a loved one is dealing with, skin health challenges, questions about formulations, ingredients, something you heard about or read about, or if you have a comment or a success story you'd like to share, 844-236-6010 is our number on the bright side. If you want to sign up to join the Brightside Ben team, call 866-735-2470. Or head to brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, and criticalhealthnews.com to sign up right off the websites. You can also purchase longevity products off the websites as well. And then don't forget to take a look at our Truth Skin Health products at truthtreatments.com, truthtreatments.com, including our Truth Retinol 5% and Truth Retinol 1% gels. And we also have a retinol spot treatment. I love retinol. Retinol is vitamin A. Retinoic acid is active vitamin A. Retinol has to be converted into vitamin A, so into retinoic acid. That makes it a little milder. There's 100 times variance between retinol and retinoic acid. That's why I made retinol 5% and retinol 1%. So you could have an equipotent prescription, a non-prescription product that has the same potency as a prescription product. Retinol is 100 times weaker. Retinoic acid 0.05 equals retinol 5. Retinoic acid or retin-A 0.01 equals retinol 1. Get the same strength retinoids in our Truth Retinol gels without getting a prescription. Plus, I threw in some vitamin C in there. A lot of vitamin C, actually. Retinoic acid is amazing stuff. Retinol is amazing stuff. Vitamin A is amazing stuff. Vitamin A is just so powerful. The miracle about vitamin A for the skin is you can actually work topically with it. And when I say miracle, I'm talking really amazing things. When you put retinol or retinoic acid, either one, on the skin, that vitamin A molecule not only makes it down to where the viable living cells are in the bottom of the surface of the skin, the epidermis, and the bottom underneath the epidermis and the dermis. I don't want to get too technical here, but the cells that make stuff can actually receive that vitamin A, that retinoic acid or retinol molecule that you put on topically. The cells down low can receive it. And it gets even better than that. The molecule is actually taken into the cell, into the nucleus of the cell where it activates the genetics. You can change your very genetics by topical application of retinol as well as retinoic acid. That's amazing. That means you can use a topical product and change your cells at the genetic level. You can genetically modify your cells with a cream or a lotion. That's amazing. But you got to be careful with it, because if you're not careful with it and your skin's not strong enough, you can get some irritation, inflammation, because the skin is an immune organ. It's a protective organ. That is so important to recognize. The nature of the skin as part of the immune system is critical to understand, because almost every single skincare issue you can name involves the immunity, or involves some of the immune system or the inflammation system. And it doesn't have to be dramatic inflammation. It could be micro-inflammation. I got a letter today, and I've been getting a lot of letters about a condition called pityriasis rosea. This is from Isabella. Good morning. I came across your account, and I was wondering if you know anything about pityriasis rosea that I should know about. I recently been diagnosed a month ago, and it's taken a huge toll on my life because my skin is breaking out literally everywhere. My dermatologist recommended steroid cream and prednisone. Any thoughts? Well, here's what I think. Anytime you have redness, pityriasis rosea is just a rash, basically. It can happen all over your body. Rosea means red. Whenever you have a rash, whenever you have red, whenever you have an immune itching on the skin, you've got something that involves the immune system. Now, there's some other causes. Occasionally, the liver problems or bile problems will cause itching from underneath. But when you have redness and inflammation and itching, almost always you're looking at an immune problem. And how do you know that? Well, listen to what she says. My dermatologist recommended steroid cream and prednisone. What does that mean? Steroid cream, prednisone, what do? They shut down the immune system. Now, I can see if you're miserable why you'd want to shut down the immune system. I understand that. That makes perfect sense to me. I probably would do the same thing. But maybe we should figure out, why is the immune system activated? The immune system is the defense system, so something has gotten into the body to activate the immune system. Now, occasionally they have what they call contact issues, contact dermatitis, for example. If it's a contact issue, then yes, you probably have something from the outside, like you could be allergic to latex or nickel or some weird thing from the outside. But even then, the skin has to be destabilized somehow for it to be that responsive to the outside. But for the most part, pityriasis, rosea, eczema, any kind of lupus, any kind of skin issue, whether it's on the surface of the skin causing itching or it's an inflammatory issue from the connective tissue, like an autoimmune problem, you're dealing with the skin as an immune organ. That means somehow toxicity has gotten into the bloodstream. And unless you're sticking it in through your skin, like injecting it, there's only one way toxicity or allergenicity gets in through the bloodstream, and that's through food. It is not rocket science. It is not even complicated. Something's getting into... Number one, we know it's an immune problem because they give you anti-immune drugs for it. Number two, the immune system is the defense system, and it's defending against something. Number three, the only way things get into the body so the immune system can have to defend against, for the immune system to defend against, is through the bloodstream, which means through food. So what you do with pityriasis rosea, what you do with any kind of inflammatory issue on the skin, you stop eating for a few days, one day even. And then you start monitoring your food. Food diary, elimination diet. I'm not going to beat a dead horse because I talk about it all the time. But understand that the skin, conditions on the skin don't just happen. They're responses. They're reactions. And if you can't use retinoic acid or you can't use retinol, the chances are your skin is not strong. So you want to strengthen your skin so you can use the retinol. It's like if you go to the gym, your object is to get strong enough so you can lift some serious weights. You don't just start lifting the serious weights, but you want to get strong enough so you can lift the serious weights. So you start off slow. First of all, you strengthen the skin. The most important ingredient, supplements to strengthen the skin are vitamin A, surprise, surprise, and essential fatty acids. Without vitamin A and essential fatty acids, your skin, well, especially without essential fatty acids or under deficiency states, or if you're malabsorbing essential fatty acids, your skin will be weak. We know that we know how nutrients work by taking them out of the diet of animals and seeing what goes wrong. And then you know what works. You take vitamin C out of the diet of animals and the connective tissue deteriorates, so you know the connective tissue and vitamin C go together. Well, when they take essential fatty acids out of the skin of out of the diets of animals, the first thing that happens is skin problems. So we know there is a major connection between essential fatty acids of both varieties, omega-6 and omega-3, and skin stability, skin vigor, skin strength. Skin's not supposed to be jumpy and sensitive. It does get that way under conditions of nutritional deficiency as well as toxicity. So get yourself on some essential fatty acid, get on the ultimate EFAs for a month. And if you can't use retinoic acid, get on the ultimate EFAs for a month. Get on the ultimate EFAs anyway. Everybody should get on them. But if you can't use retinol or retinoic acid, that's a sure sign that you're deficient in EFAs, essential fatty acids. Make sure you supplement with them, and of course you got to make sure you're absorbing them too. All right. We're going to be talking about this for a while, so if you got questions, you can always call us. But if you don't understand something, we'll be repeating ourselves and covering skin, retinoic acid, vitamin C, and other strategies you can use for healthy, beautiful skin in the coming days on the bright side. We'll take a commercial break and come back with your phone calls right after this. Don't go away. On the bright side, 844-236-6010 is our number. If you have questions about anything we're speaking about here today, skin health issues, formulations, retinoids. If you've tried to use retinoic acid and haven't, love to hear your experience. If you've tried to use retinoic acid, and have not been able to, you want to try retinol. And you want to make sure you're using essential fatty acids. It is just tragic to deprive yourself, in my opinion, of the anti-aging, collagen-building, skin health benefits of retinoic acid and retinol. And some people are just totally avoiding it. Okay, 844-236-6010 is our number. From the journal Science, in 11 studies, researchers found that participants typically did not enjoy spending 6 to 15 minutes in a room by themselves with nothing to think. They would rather, according to this study, choose to self-administer an electric shock rather than sit quietly in a room alone. That's craziness, right? Sitting quietly in a room alone with our thoughts might not be the cause of all of our problems, but it sure doesn't. It sure has something to do with it. The scientists call this inner voice that seems to talk in our heads all the time the default mode network. Or actually, they blame the default mode network for this inner voice. The default mode network is a bunch of nerves in the brain that are all complex together like a network, and it's the default mode. And that's why people can't sleep at night or that have insomnia. That's why people have a hard time meditating. Blaise Pascal, the famous mathematician from the 1600s and philosopher, said, all of humanity's problems stem from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone. That was in the 1600s. It's the default mode network. It was kicking in back then, too. Sometimes they'll say the task negative network. Task negative means that it occurs when we're not working, when we're not tasking, we're not doing something. You're laying in bed at night, all of a sudden you're not doing something. You get the default mode network starts to kick in. Actually, it's probably always going, but we don't pay attention when we're doing our day. That's why people keep working. That's why people don't want to stop working. That's why people don't want to have a hard time on vacation. You think you want to be on vacation, but you can't get away from the default mode network. It's constantly in your head. It's like an inner roommate. There's a really cool book called The Untethered Soul. If you haven't seen it, it's an awesome book. And guy Michael Singer talks all about this voice in the head. He calls it the inner roommate. And it'll drive you absolutely nuts. Scientists call it the default mode network. Philosophers have known about it for 500 years, 400 years at least. So if you can't meditate, sleep, you're going crazy because of the voice in your head, there's some strategies you could use. Focus on a part of your body. Focus on any part of your body will immediately quiet down the default mode network. Focusing on a body rhythm like breathing. That's why breathing has been related to meditation for so long. Because when you watch your breathing, you watch your breath, the default mode network quiets down. Or at least you don't notice it as much because you're focusing on something. Placing your attention on things. This is where mindfulness is so important. Mindfulness has been shown in study after study after study to have beneficial effects. Why? Because when you're mindful, the default mode network quiets down to the extent you're mindful. That's why we have a hard time being mindful because we're so addicted to the default mode network. But if you can practice mindfulness, paying attention to something, the default mode network quiets down naturally. And that's why there's a Johns Hopkins School of Medicine has a department of mindfulness, and UCLA Medical School has a mindfulness department, and Yale Medical School has a mindfulness department, because paying attention to something quiets down the default mode network, and quieting down the default mode network is really important for physical as well as psychological well-being. All right, 844-236-6010. Let's go to the phones, and Chris has been holding on for Chris, call back. Oh, my gosh. I apologize, Chris. I hung up on you. I hit the wrong button. Chris, call back, and we'll get you right up. In the meantime, we'll get to Barry in New Orleans. What's up, Barry?
Yes, I wanted to ask, are you aware of any research concerning fluoride causing brain damage in adults?
Fluoride, there's lots of studies that talk about it in children. I'm sure there's some in adults. I don't know any off the top of my head. You could look it up. But you said fluoride, right?
Yes.
Fluoride is neurotoxic. Nobody disputes that. That's why it's controlled. That's why the dose is controlled. When you get it as a prescription drug, you can only take 2.2 milligrams. And if you don't take it more than once a day, the dose is controlled. The amount that's in the water is controlled because it is a neurotoxin. It's part of nerve gas. It's used as pesticides. There's no doubt, nobody doubts it's neurotoxic. So if it's neurotoxic, obviously you're going to have brain problems with it. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous to use that in the water, put that in the water supply. It's beyond ridiculous. And there's got to be better ways to take care of your teeth than putting fluoride in the water supply. It's a pesticide. It's the molecule itself is in many substances that are designed to mess up neurology, like intentionally, like nerve gas and pesticides, and now in water. So I don't know any specific studies, but yes, it is definitely a neurotoxin. Fluoride compounds are neurotoxic, I should say. All right. Anything else, my man?
Yes, I wanted to ask you. I think you speak about the triangle of
triangle of disease. Yes,
yes.
The triangle of disease.
Yes, and my understanding of it is that toxins and lack of oxygen and something else is these are on a cellular level. This is the root cause of all disease. Is my understanding correct?
Say that one more time. I'm not quite understanding. The triangle of disease underneath all chronic disease?
Yes, on a cellular.
Absolutely. There's no such thing as a chronic disease that does not have the triangle underneath it. Period. End of story. Go to the triangle, and everything else will resolve itself. In fact, all the things we consider diseases like autoimmunity and cancer and Parkinson's and dementia and most of the major chronic long-term degenerative diseases are nothing more than sequelae. sequelae. Sequelae is like a sequel. It comes afterwards. The diseases we suffer from, the chronic degenerative diseases that account for so much misery, follow digestive, blood sugar, adrenal stress. And if you really want to simplify it, it's a line of disease because the adrenal thyroid complex follows this line. The ground of the triangle, the base of the triangle, is the digestive system and the blood sugar system. Once the digestive system is messed up, which happens very early, once the digestive system breaks down, it can happen in utero. It can start as soon as the baby's born. Once that happens, blood sugar problems are inevitable, and then you get into the adrenal thyroid issues. So those three, but especially that first two on the bottom, the digestion and the blood sugar. Digestion and blood sugar. If you really want to get healthy, if you are dealing with autoimmune problems or Parkinson's or Alzheimer's or God forbid cancer or diabetes or anything, work on the blood sugar and the digestive system. It's so darn important. Even the adrenal thyroid complex is kind of like a sequelae. It happens after this base. How simple can it be? It's just 2 points. It's not even a triangle. It's 2 points. All right, Barry, thanks for your call. Appreciate it. I'm going to let you go. And Chris, if you're out there listening, you can call back. We'll get you first up. I am Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back after this. All right, we are back on The Bright Side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. Let's go to Mark in NYC or New York. What's going on, Mark? Are you in the city?
Upstate Glens Falls area, but I listen to you as much as possible in Fairbanks, Alaska, over the internet. So
nice.
I'm visiting back here. So,
awesome.
Thank you for
Good
the
deal.
show.
Appreciate
Thanks for the show and all your hard work for us out here helping us.
It's not hard at all. I enjoy it. Now, how long have you been listening to The Bright Side?
At least 3 or 4 years now.
Oh, awesome. Good deal.
Yeah.
All right, so what's going on there, my man? How can we help you, Mark?
Well, I'm calling for my mom, who's 80 years old, and one of the issues that she has is Lady Whittemore disease. Whittemore, sorry. And
what's that? Say that again. Lady Whittemore disease?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
So I'm wondering if you just have any recommendations for nutritional support, supplement support, and any other wisdom related to that.
So is she on any medication?
She is taking medication for it. And she's not.
What is she on, steroids?
Okay.
An inhaler? What do they give her? An inhaler or steroids or something?
No inhaler. My brother who lives here is in the background, and he's giving me a little info. But no, she's not taking any meds prescribed from a doctor. She is. She told me last night she is on thyroid medicine, but nothing in reference to the Whittemore disease.
So she doesn't have a history of AFib or asthma or anything like that, heartburn, GERD.
No history of asthma or anything related. No.
Okay, here's the deal. So it's called Lady Windermere syndrome, and it's kind of like a a breathing disorder. It's like a bronchitis. It's a type of bronchitis. And basically, it's like the body breaking down is what you're looking at. When the body starts to break down, fluids can leak. Now, they don't really blame it on infections can follow, but typically you're dealing with the body that's breaking down. It's not like there's something you do for Lady Windermere syndrome specifically. You've got to build the body up. Now, it happens in older folks. It's just gradual deterioration of the body, and it's affecting the lungs. So what you want to do is you want to turn her into a bodybuilder. You want to start building the body, making it strong, especially the immune system, but the whole body. Problem foods, eliminate. She can't eat like she normally does. Is she watching what she eats anyway?
Kind of, but
she has to see the link. She has to see the link between and you as well, if you're taking care of her, both of you have to see the link between overall health, the overall integrity and strength of the body, and the specific syndrome you're looking at. In other words, it's not the specific issue. It's the strength of the body. Are you with me? Do you see the difference?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
If you go to a doctor, they're going to give her a steroid. They're going to give her something for the Lady Windermere syndrome, right? They'll give her something for the lungs. That's not the way you want to look at this. The lungs are falling apart. She has these lung infections and mucus, and I'm assuming it's like problems breathing and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So she's got that because her body and the lungs, particularly in this case, are kind of starting to fall apart, deteriorate. So you've got to strengthen the body. That means eliminating problem foods. That means she should be eating as little as possible, by the way. But she needs ketogenic, bone broth, chicken broth, nutrient density with low calorie. Nutrient density, low calorie. Calorie restriction, optimum nutrition kind of diet. Aloe, vegetable juice, bone soup, bone broth, protein drinks. I don't know if you heard our show yesterday, but the doc was talking about building foods for post-surgery. She's not post-surgery, but it's the same idea. Yogurt, if she can do goat yogurt, organic goat yogurt. These are nutrient-dense foods. Algae, fish, organ meats. Low calorie, and then nutrient dense, and then lots of essential fatty acids. And guess what's going to happen? Not only are you going to be able to address her lungs and her Lady Windermere syndrome, but she's going to feel better. She's going to be stronger. She's going to have more joie de vivre and more energy. You follow me? Now, there's a couple other things I'll tell you specifically for the lungs. I'd be doing high doses of vitamin C. I'd be getting on N-acetylcysteine. You know, I know you've heard me talk about that before. NAC. Be making sure she's taking 400 international units of vitamin E. These are specifically for the lungs. And selenium, 400 to 600 micrograms of selenium, lots of water, and the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. And essential fatty acids. I think, if I didn't say that, essential fatty acids, high doses of essential fatty acids. But then everything else, offending agents out, keep the sugar down, nutrient density, calorie restriction, nutrient density. Ketogenic diet might be helpful for her also. If she's a sugar eater, she needs to stay away from that as well. It's not specifically for the lungs, it's for the body. Slow, deep breathing, SDR breathing can help too. Should build the muscles around the lungs. All right?
Excellent.
All right, good deal.
Thank you very much.
I'm glad you called. Thanks so much, Mark. Take care, buddy. All right, let's go to my friend Bob in Colorado. What's up, Bob? How you doing, buddy? Bob is listening on the radio, and he's got the delay. So I'm going to put you back on hold there, Robert, and we'll go to Ria in Japan. What's going on, Ria?
Excellent. All right, good deal.
Thank you very much.
Huh.
All right, let's go.
Ria.
My friend Bob in Colorado.
Ria's doing the same thing. Why is everybody listening? I'm going to have to put you both, see if Bob's back. Bob.
Hello.
Hey, both of you guys.
I'm here, Ben.
How you doing, Bob?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good to talk to you this morning. What's going on?
What do you know about oxygen and basal cell cancer?
You mean hyperbaric oxygen for cancer? You talking about oxygen chambers, or?
Yeah, could you put like a cup over an area and?
Oh, you can use ozone if you really want to do that. Ozonated olive oil. Look up ozonated olive oil or ozonated vegetable oils. That's one of the ways they deliver oxygen. in oils, in olive oil. I've seen it in olive oil, and I've seen it in other vegetable oils. That's a way you can deliver oxygen locally if you want to do that. I don't know if that's necessarily going to, do great things for you. Skin cancer is cancer. It's not skin. We want to hear, when we hear cancer, we want to hear the cancer part. It doesn't matter the organ. That doesn't matter. The fact is a cell is under duress. In the case of the skin, skin cell cancer, it's the skin cell that's under duress, but it's still duress. And it's the sun can exacerbate things, and we talked about the exposome a couple of weeks ago. The exposome is all the things that attack the skin, and they all play a role. But really, it's just like any other cancer. It's cells that are starving, that are suffocating, and that are toxic. And you want to look at skin cancer not as a distinct form of cancer, but like cancer. And that means all the things we all have to do. As soon as we get it through our heads about this whole idea about cancer, that it's a cell issue, not an organ issue, or not a system issue, we'll have more control, more leverage over reversing this condition, because it's just a cell that's freaked out. So get this, you do all the good things that we talk about all the time. And by the way, retinoic acid can sometimes help topically. Is this somebody you know?
No, me.
Oh, you. Just do all the things you got to do there, Bob. All the regular things. Now, you might want to try the ozonated olive oil. Did you say basal cell?
Yes.
Yeah, you might want to try the ozonated olive oil. I mean, basal cell carcinoma is not the end of the world, but it's still something you want to. I mean, you got to take care of that, obviously. It's one of the milder cancers, and it can be taken care of. It can be addressed, but you definitely want to address it. All right, all kinds of stuff you could do for cancer, but it's a sign of cells that are under duress. And it makes sense in the way we live our lives in our 21st century American lifestyle that cells would be under duress. Look at all the things we're doing. We're just talking about fluoride in the water. That's got to contribute to cellular duress. Chlorine in the water, cellular duress. The stuff we're breathing, cellular duress. The food we're eating, I mean, it's impossible not to have some kind of manifestation of cellular duress as time goes on because of the environment we're living in. I mean, you can mitigate it by making sure you're on a good supplement program and staying away from problem foods and all the things we talk about here on this program. But a certain baseline amount of toxicity is unavoidable in the year 2019 in the United States of America. That's why it's so important to cut your losses and mitigate and reduce symptomology with a good nutritional supplement program and all the things we talk about here on this program. Bob, that's the music. I got to go. Apologize.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, buddy. And that's all the time we have for today on The Bright Side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Please check out our skin health products at truthtreatments.com, truthtreatments.com, and all the longevity products at brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. Call 866-735-2470 if you want to join the Bright Side Ben team, or sign up right off the websites. brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. I am Pharmacist Ben. Thanks for listening to The Bright Side. Have yourselves a wonderful, beautiful, awesome, spectacular day. We'll talk to you later. Bye for now.